Engine roaring, horn blazing, bells ringing. In December of 1865, the first locomotive on the newly built Burlington train line pulls through the green pastures and grassy fields of Section 12 of Township 38 in DuPage County. This train line became the foundation of Hinsdale as we know it today. Hinsdale's name also came with the bustle of the train. Though there are multiple different versions of how the town was named, the most likely starts with Charles G. Hammond, a superintendent of the Burlington line. He was building a depot west of Washington, north of the tracks. There was already a tiny workman station at the stop with a signboard labeling the area Brush Hill, a name given to the Fullersburg area in the north by General Winfield Scott. Hammond didn't much like that name, so Isaac S. Bush, a local merchant, then recommended two names to Hammond: Olean for the New York town he was raised, and Hinsdale for a New York village where he was born. The name Hinsdale lit a light bulb in Hammond's mind, for he was in close ties with a prominent Chicagoan named Henry Walbridge Hinsdale. Mr. Hinsdale helped found the Chicago Mercantile Association and afterwards founded two insurance companies in the city. Hammond was in the insurance business as well. As president of Provident Life Insurance, he and Mr. Hinsdale were tied in the same business. So it is likely Hammond then told Mr. Hinsdale, "We're naming a station for you out west of the city." The name Hinsdale was approved by the area's most prominent resident and the founder of Hinsdale, William Robbins. He saw the potential of a town along the newly established railroad and moved to Chicago in 1862. He traveled with Burlington rail executives as they plotted out the new railroad route. Robbins was so dedicated to creating the community, it was almost assumed if the town were built, the people would come. When an early minister of the town got off the train in Hinsdale in 1866, he saw a large pile of sandstones on the hill where Hinsdale Middle School stands today. He asked, "What is to be done with those?" The man who greeted him said, "Mr. Robbins is going to put up a school building." The minister, baffled, asked, "But where are the children?" The man then nonchalantly replied, "Oh, Mr. Robbins is starting a new town." Robbins first plotted the land in September of 1865. He then quickly began to grade the roads and fence in the property. He also planted hundreds of elms, maples, and oaks in, quote, cool cathedral aisles, so the new unbuilt streets could be outlined. Many developers after him followed in his footsteps, and as a consequence, Hinsdale has thousands of beautiful hardwoods. Robbins and other men in the area began putting up advertisements for Hinsdale in the Chicago papers. The land sold quickly, and 5 years later, Robbins plotted his park addition to the town. Designed by renowned landscape architect H.W.S. Cleveland, this portion of Hinsdale was capped to follow the, quote, oval elevations and graduating valleys of the landscape. Robbins' estate still stands on 425 East 6th Street. Robbins went on to donate land for the Baptist Church, Union Church, Grace Episcopal, and Robbins School on Garfield. Robbins continued to deal in Hinsdale land until his death in 1889. Another fellow founder credited with making Hinsdale what it is today is Oliver James Stow, known to many as OJ. Plotting two additions to Hinsdale, Stow built the West Hinsdale train station, donated the land for the Unitarian Church, built a social hall known as Stow Hall, planted hundreds of elms and maples, and put as much as $500,000 into local properties, making him the most intensive real estate developer in Hinsdale history. According to residents, he embodied his personal maxim, "Do somebody good, turn each day of your life." His home still stands at 306 North Grant Street. Men like Stow and Robbins built the foundations of Hinsdale as a commuter community. But the many, many residents that followed, of a number too many to mention in this video, made Hinsdale what it is today, a great community with a great history.